Take advantage of the Boxing King Media discount at BYD Sheffield. You can get this amazing car for £269 per month with a £269 deposit. Details in the description.
King Media powered by BYD. Johnny Nelson from the BYD studio, from the Ingle Gym to Box Park. How you doing?
I'm good. You know what? We're everywhere, man. Well, Yorkshire, we get everywhere.
That bad smell, man. We get everywhere. Big drama here at the weighing today. So we're just speaking to you. I've got no idea. Is it an issue with the weighing scale, or has AZIM and his opponent both failed to make weight?
Well, after that little debacle there, Adam, they took the scales into the back room. Adam and Lipinets both went into the room to because Adam's adamant. No, that's not right. He'd have probably stripped off completely, and he walked out happy as Larry once he was in and out. So he knows he's made the weight now. Lipinets, I probably do believe. So that means if it's £5 out, and Lipinets came in at 10 stone 1. That means he's £5. He's 5 ounce over. Sorry. So therefore, he might have a little bit of tools, but I don't think he will. And the truth is, he came in on Wednesday night, Thursday, flying from the West Coast to the UK to fight on Saturday. You're gonna have a bit of water retention, and you're gonna have a bit of jet lag as well. I don't think he'll bother getting it off. He'll say, you know what, I ain't doing that, man. I've come in late. You know, I've done my bit. I've got down to this point. I ain't doing that. So don't be surprised if what happens is he can't make. If he wins, he can't win the title. Whereas Adam, officially, as far as he's concerned, wants to make sure he's on point.
Have you ever had an issue like that where the weight, there's been an issue with the scales and you've gone into a bit of a panic?
Yeah, I did. When I boxed a European title the first time in Germany, and then I had to actually strip off on the scales. Well, I wasn't shy, man. I just did it. I had to strip off to make the scales, and they can make a slight difference. But you saw how Adam was on there. He's like adamant, no, I've made a way. So it makes you think, you know what, there must be an issue, but then it might be about slightly out.
Talking about the jet lag side of things, he's just flown in. I know it was a visa issue out of everyone's control, but I know you fought in Australia before. I don't know how much notice you had when he flew in, but what's it like as a fighter dealing with that, making weight and having to fight?
Well, one time when I boxed for the IBF title, we flew out via Detroit to go to Washington, and when we got to Detroit to get our connecting flight, they realised I didn't have a work visa to fight. Remember, this was just over 10 days out from the fight, so they flew me back to England on the next flight. So I'd flown out to Detroit, I had to get on the next flight, which left first thing in the morning, straight back to the UK, and I had to wait a day to go to the embassy to get the correct visa, then fly back out again. So I'd done 3 big trips inside a week. So therefore, when it came to fight time, I knew, your timing's off. You're tired. There's nothing you can do about it. And I believe, no matter what they say, for the first 3 rounds, Lipinets will give it a good performance and account himself. But I believe it'll make a difference. I believe it's an unfair handicap, but I do still think Adam would have still had a bit too much from anyway.
Fair play. I was talking to who was I speaking to yesterday? Ben Shalom, that was it. And I was kind of raising the point that we've seen people are hammering Dalton Smith's opponent at the weekend. When he fought Zepeda, people are saying he's too old. And now we're getting it again with Lipinets, people are saying he's too old. But if you dissect their records, if take age out of it, he's only lost to world champions and a very good Michael Rivera, I think he was, a big puncher. Zepeda was the same for Dalton Smith, only lost to world champions and at high-level fights. Why don't promoters and people kind of concentrate on the fact that they're taking step-ups, then constantly belittling their opponents?
Yeah, exactly. Look at Beterbiev. What was he, 40 years old? So I boxed till I was 37, 38 years old as a world champion. So if people are trying to hang on to the age issue, if you've lived right, and I think early 30s, mid 30s as a fighter is actually healthy, strong as long as you live right. That's what you can do. So Usyk. So you've got to think to yourself, liverness. I don't think it's the difference about the desire, how much fight he's got left in him, how much of a, you know, has he gotten better like a fine wine with age, or has he gone stale? So that's what people are looking at. So I don't think the age is enough of an issue, but Adam is a young, fiery buck, then that's what it is. I've just seen Clifton Mitchell in the corner of my eye. So his son Ty Mitchell boxed on the Misfits the other week, and I think Carl Froch had one or two things to say about had one or two things to say about it, and so his son's called out Carl Froch on the.
Just get him in.
I've just heard about it. Well, you know what I say if Carl Froch wants to keep his record at his age, he should stay retired because he's not a definite winner. I don't think Carl Froch wants to blemish his record anymore.
Do you think they put that kind of money?
I think Misfits have got the money to put up, so if he wants it, he can have it, Carl. Carl's my mate, but Ty's my son. Ty says he thinks he can beat him. I think he beats him as well. I think Carl's too old.
Did you agree with the comments Carl made? Was he making valid points, or do you disagree with him?
I think it's self-explanatory when my son put it out there that Zhilei Zhang did exactly to Wilder.
So Carl wasn't digging out your son; he was digging out KSI.
No, he was digging out the show, and my son saying he was hitting him when he's had his back to him,
Right.
which was wrong. And like I said, you know, I'm not going to jump on his bandwagon, but I'm jumping on it because I think my son beats him. That's my personal opinion.
What do you think, Johnny?
You know what? I was actually
Tell the truth.
Johnny.
If I'm honest with you, I think Carl, we've seen our day, man. You know, when it's our time, it's our time. Let these young bucks do the thing. But I could be wrong because Carl's body's in unbelievable condition. But I think he's too smart. But then again, what do I know?
You know, if the money's right, he's going to go in, isn't he?
You think so?
If the money's right, I think Carl will jump on it.
Yeah.
Come on, Mams. Come on, Mams.
I think he wants, if he's ever going to come out, it'd be like a Jake Paul type fight.
Yeah, he wouldn't like to lose to my son, would he? Understand?
You know what?
So
I actually don't think so. I think if Carl Froch came out to fight anybody in
he
that,
used my son as a warm-up for that, couldn't he?
everybody would want to be interested because it's Carl Froch. So yeah, Jake Paul and the KSIs, they'd be big names, but Carl Froch should come out to find a Misfits show. Now, anybody would come out, I'd watch it.
Hey, listen, if he's going to come out for Darren Till, he can come out for my son, can't he?
Straight there.
And I think
Last thing, Clifton, I was speaking to Johnny the other day and he was talking about how the same Misfits show, you and Naz, you all got back together and it'd been years since you all kind of in the same space. What was that like?
I have been friends with both of them all the time. It's just them two's not been friends. Yeah. So for me, I'm the one who's trying to be keeping the
It's Switzerland.
Yeah, mate. So what I will say to you is this year, we have been through so much together as brothers, you know, as brothers in this boxing game. We are boxing brothers. We are family. And it's good to see that, you know, they can put the differences aside.
I looked heavy though, didn't he?
Well, that's an understatement. But like I said, you know, it's good for them to be speaking again, and I think, you know, we're going to build from that. That's the first, you know, the first step.
Yeah, we're too old for that foolishness.
It's
now.
foolishness.
Too old for
Understand?
that
And
foolishness.
we've been around the world together. Understand?
What did you make of, he's not got him on today. Johnny had somebody described it as an upside down jumper the other day.
What, God?
Them jeans you had on there. Did you watch it? Did you see it?
MC Hammer trousers.
Yeah.
I just had to protect my things, you know what I mean?
So that's what he said. He's the longest in the shower.
Is that because I've heard a lot about this, so maybe you can answer that question, Clifton.
What's that?
You just said that.
He's longest in the shower. Yeah, he's always longest in the shower.
Man, you're making me blush.
I've not had a shower with him, but you know him, so I've heard.
No, did he? That's what you got to say.
No doubt.
Clifton Mitchell, Johnny Nelson, thank you for your time.
It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.